Hello humans, this is random Visage and welcome to the random channel. So we have finished Black Ops 2 and while I personally have already finished Call of Duty Ghosts. But before I start uploading that, I just wanted to make a quick video discussing the various choices that were available in Black Ops 2 because as you saw, I was very confused at the start where I didn't even know the choices was a thing, and suddenly we had choices, so I was like, what difference does these choices make? Do they will they affect Call of Duty Black Ops 3's campaign or something? Like what are the choices meaning and whatever? So I am on Games Radar's website. There's a link in the description to their website where I'm reading off of. This is like a choice guide. I came here, I just want to see what the choices exactly do, so I'm just gonna really quick read them, and let's just personally read them, and then I'm gonna give a quick description what the choices would have done if we had not done what we had not done. So let's move on. Okay, so the third mission, Old Wounds, the one where we found out that Krachenkov was still alive, we have the option of interrogating Krachenkov, and we got the little thing where the character was like, I need to shoot him, and then we had to press F continuously, really hardly, to be honest with you, because really rapidly, I should say, not hardly, what the fuck. It was pretty fucking hard, but if you don't do that, apparently you will not, because if you do not resist, our character will obviously kill him, which will lead to us not learning the fact that there's a mole in CIA, and people are involved working for Raul Menendez in CIA. So we know that now because we didn't I pressed F really fucking rapidly, and because of that he didn't die immediately. Woods killed him later, but we got the information that the mole, there's a mole in CIA. We would not have known that if we didn't give them the chance and just shot him in the head. Okay, so the fourth mission, Time and Fate, in which the superhuman Menendez came into play, where his sister died and he just ran down the hill like berserker fucking rage mode with a fucking axe and just killed everyone with a machete. It was like, what the fuck is happening in this one? But yeah, in that mission, apparently at some point, as Woods and Mason, when you're playing as Woods and Mason in the second part of the mission, you can come across a bunch of soldiers who are trying to set fire to a certain area, and if you take them down, you can find a file in which you can find the link between Menendez and the CIA. If you don't, that information will be gone. I mean, these are not exactly choices, but these are things that affect the story, which I find interesting. Okay, so mission 5, Fallen Angel, the one where I was failing again and again because I always end up in the fuel line at the end of it when I was driving the car. And yeah, there's a lot in this mission. So apparently at the start of the mission, you remember we checked out, we used the Batman fucking string machine to get up on top of the roof, and we identified Raul Menendez. Then we were following him around to get ideas of what was he saying, just listening in with that really cool tech device or whatever. So yeah, if you eavesdrop him, I don't know if I did this or not, because it was kind of glitching out. So it was showing that I'm doing it, but I couldn't really hear what they were saying at certain times. But if you do it 3 times and listen to his whole conversation, you will know that Tian Zhao, the man we met at the end of Fallen Angel, the Chinese person, was with Raul Menendez. And if you get that information, you will unlock a Strike Force mission called Dispatch, in which you can kill Tian Zhao, which will later allow you to receive help from China in the game. But here's the thing, that I thought that the Strike Force missions were fucking bullshit things that they just put in for funsies, but apparently they're important missions where you have to do stuff which will affect the story later on. I still wouldn't do it, even if I knew. I still wouldn't do it because they were fucking boring as shit. I did one mission, the Phobe Spectre or something, I think, and it was so fucking boring. It infuriated me. 15-17 minutes it took to finish that mission. It was so annoying. It just continuous boredom, honestly. So yeah, but if you do that, this will happen. You will know he's with Tian Zhao, which you can do a Strike Force mission to kill Tian Zhao to get China's aid. Another thing is, I remember because we were driving at the end of it, and what was his name again? Harper's face got fucked up because he went into the fire and he looked like Two-Face from Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises, I think. Yeah, so that's what he looked like. But actually, that wouldn't happen if you were to steer clear of the flames at the end of it, and he will be fine. But otherwise, his face will get fucked up, which did end up happening in our playthrough. Okay, so this mission is the one after which my game got fucked up, which I found out a lot of people's game got fucked up after this mission. Mission 6, Karma. After this, the game starts to glitch the fuck out. But there's a lot of thing in this one. So, DeFalco, the guy we killed in this mission, will actually escape with Chloe. And if he makes his escape with Chloe, he will show up later with Raul Menendez to fight us. And the Chloe will also be gone, so we won't have her like techno expert bullshit with us when we are on USS Obama, the fucking big carrier ship that we have the fight on. So we wouldn't have her help doing whatever she does with her technical stuff. Also, another thing with her would show up that if you do allow him to escape with her, you can actually do a Strike Force mission, Second Chances, which will allow you to get her back on USS Obama before you do all the shit on USS Obama. But DeFalco will obviously escape, and he will come back later to fight you whenever Raul does. And another thing is that for me, you can actually apparently you can snipe him at some point, which will kill him in the mission. But for me, I just kind of like ran after him. At some point, he just kind of gave up of running away and started like a gunfight, and in which I killed him, which is also another option you can do to kill him. In which case I did save Chloe, and Chloe was with me the whole time in the mission. So she did not escape with me. With him, I killed him and I took Chloe. Now this is just fascinating. This one I am like amazed because I didn't think this was a fucking choice. So mission 7, Suffer With Me. At the last end of the mission, you found out that they're like that's Menendez in the fucking heads, like a head fucking wrap. Let's go and kill him. And the funny thing about that was like I already knew it was Mason. I was like screaming, okay, this is Mason, this is definitely Mason, there's no fucking way it's not Mason. And it was Mason, and I blew his head off, and Mason died, and the rest is history, I suppose. But what does happen if you shoot Mason in the head? He dies, and at the end of the game, if you capture Menendez, Mason will eventually retire. We captured Menendez, and since we killed Mason, apparently David, his son, will retire after the second game. But if you shot him in the chest, which I did not even know that was an option, he will actually not die. And when you capture Raul Menendez at the end of the game, David and Woods will show up with Mason. Mason will live if you shoot him in the chest. To them, it would look like Mason died, but Mason would not have died. That's the funny shit about it. It's amazing. It is fucking amazing that I did not even know that was a fucking choice. I tried to fill that part, but like it just didn't allow me to kill these other guys that were with him, trying to hold Mason in place. Yeah, so unfortunate, but that's what it is. Okay, Achilles Whale, Mission 8. There's a lot of shit in this. At the end of the mission, there was this thing where we got the option to shoot Menendez or shoot Harper, who got like captured out of the downed bird. I decided to shoot Harper because I thought like if I try to shoot Menendez, I will just die, and he will kill Harper as well. So no one lives through that. So what's the point of at least one person can live through this? So I shot Harper, which killed him. But actually, if you don't kill Harper, in the next mission where we are on USS Obama, what happens is that Salazar will shoot at Chloe, which is the techno expert, and in my playthrough, Fareed jumps in front of her, and she dodges the bullet and she does not die. If you shoot Menendez in this mission, Harper will live, but Chloe will die, which will not allow us to get her help in stopping the virus. Another thing is that it's not Salazar, then DeFalco will do it if you have not killed DeFalco just yet. And if Harper is alive and Chloe is dead, obviously will not get help from the techno shit, but Harper will also kill Salazar when he surrenders, and will be helping you for the next missions, and he will die to Menendez eventually. So Harper will die anyway, so in this whole situation we saved Chloe, which helped us with the virus. Okay, so this one is the next mission, which is mission 9, Odysseus, in which we held him hostage, the guy. And I already told you all the shit that's going to happen with Chloe and Salazar, everyone else. So in this choice, we have a choice as Raul Menendez to shoot Briggs in the leg or head, but I don't quite understand what's written here. It says that if you wound him as I did in his leg, he will activate Obama's defenses, which will allow Raul to access the bridge, which will help him fend off the incoming drones, which I don't quite. Yes, okay. So we did detect drones, which we ended up fighting. So I'm not sure if it's a good thing to shoot him in the leg as Raul, or is it a bad thing? Like, I seriously don't understand this one. I'm trying to understand this, but I really can't tell. So is it as Salazar? No, sorry, as Raul Menendez, is it a good idea to shoot him in the leg, or is it a good idea to shoot him in the head? And if you don't shoot him, just Salazar will knock him out, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Okay, so the next mission is mission 10, Cordis DA, in which one, if you have China support, China will say that they will help America, and if you do not have China support, then he's like, will not help America, which I think that's what happened in my case, because I did not do any strike force missions, which are apparently if you do them, then you get China support, but I didn't do them, so China did not support me, in which case I had to fight all the soldier enemies myself, the snipers and everyone else. If I had China support, they would have taken out the snipers, making my job a little bit easier. There was also a thing with the French president and like G20 leaders being present, which did die in my playthrough, but it says there are no repercussions for it so far as far in the game. They couldn't tell any repercussions there were. Now, I was wondering if I saved him, what would happen. Apparently nothing, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the last mission, mission 11, Judgment Day, in which you decide to kill Menendez or not kill Menendez. If you kill Menendez, I captured him by the way, but if you kill Menendez, then the ending will be, there's like a YouTube video in which he's like calling for like Cordis DA. He says like Cordis DA and all that. I've not seen it myself, I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, cities get trashed and rioting happens all across the globe and shit like that. If you do let him live, then these are the consequences of that. Well, this is interesting. So if you capture, if Chloe is alive throughout this whole sitch, then apparently she will show up on like a Jimmy Kimmel show, and Menendez will be watching that from his prison cell, and he will freak out upon seeing her. And if Chloe isn't alive, then the Celerium worm will spread throughout the US computer. Menendez will escape from his cell. He goes to Woods. He will kill Woods, and then he will go to his like sister's grave site and set himself on fire. Which I don't know what the fuck is all this. I didn't see all that. Did I skip it? I remember skipping the credits of the game, but I don't remember seeing that. I might have skipped out on the last bit of the game. I only saw till like when we capture him, and that's when the game just ends for me. Because I guess I skipped it because I pressed enter or escape or something. But if this is all the stuff, because Chloe was alive in my one, but I did not see this Jimmy Kimmel show and Menendez prison cell and all that. I'm going to have to look that up. That seems interesting. Apparently there are 4 endings in the game. The first one is where Chloe is alive. She will destroy the virus, and we don't kill Mason. He will show up in the end, and we also capture Menendez, which is apparently the best ending, which except for not killing Mason, I did kill Mason. Other than that, everything seems to be, I'm getting the first ending, except for the fact that I did kill Mason. So the second ending, I think, is the one where you capture Menendez and Chloe is dead, so he will escape, which I already told you about, and set himself on fire later on, whatever. I'm guessing he martyrs himself to show off with this and that. But yeah, I guess he really liked his sister. Fucking hell. I mean, like, holy shit levels of fucking, like, he was, like, after his sister, almost. Fucking hell. And this is the one, the third ending is where you just kill him, and we get the Cordis DA YouTube video, and all the bullshit following that. As for the fourth ending, it is that you kill Mason on top of the roof, and you kill Menendez, will show all the rioting and everything. I think the fourth ending is that if you don't kill Mason on top of the roof, and Mason will show up later, telling Woods that he's done and he's retiring. I think that's what it's trying to say. I'm not exactly sure what this is. This might be a typo, but that's all there is to it. I'm gonna have to look up the ending myself, because this seems interesting, because I got the first ending, the best ending almost, except for the fact that Mason is not alive in my one. But other than that, everything seems to work out just fine. Thank you so much for listening to me, and we're gonna continue on with my Call of Duty Let's Plays. Call of Duty Ghost that I have done recording and done editing, I'm just gonna render it out. That is the last game that I will be playing of Call of Duty for a while. I don't know when I will continue on my Call of Duty journey. Will be a while, but I think I'm gonna switch to other games and some of the old classic games and some of the other games that I've been meaning to play, like the Final Station and shit like that. There's loads of games that I wanted to play for a long time, but I've not been playing them. So I'm gonna try and go to those. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.